everyone, and welcome back to a kind of different figure opening video today. Today we're going to be opening up a game figure from the Atelier series. We're going to be opening up the Escha Malier figure that came out probably 10 years ago. Yeah, you might be thinking, why are we even opening this figure? Well, very recently they re-released some of the old PS Vita Atelier games on PS4. There were 3 in total in this series. There was Escha Logy, and then there was Shadi. And yeah, my wife is a huge fan of this series. And her favourite game, as you could probably guess, is this one. So for Christmas I did get her this, and she hasn't opened it yet, and she wanted me to record it, so this is for her. So yeah, let's get straight into having a look at the box very, very quickly. So as you can see, we have a KT logo up here. This is for Koei Tecmo, because they do license all of these Atelier games. Up here we have the Atelier Escha and Logy. Logy is the male character. They come as a pair, and you probably saw him on that game case. So yeah, if you didn't, don't worry about it. And yeah, you can see Escha in there. It's all plastic and clear, so you can actually see the figure itself. And then there's a nice little face down here, so you can actually see a little bit of a close-up. And it's a 1/8 scale figure made of PVC, so it's pretty interesting that they actually put the material here at the front. And yeah, they get down here, Koei Tecmo games, all rights reserved, blah blah blah. So yeah, that's the front. On the side we just have a full image of Escha, again with the same kind of stuff. And there's this beautiful pattern in the background. If you've played the games, you will notice that this kind of style does continue as a theme throughout the game, so that's pretty cool. On the back, we do have Escha again from a few different angles, from the front and from behind, so that's very pretty. And we have the English name here, Escha Malier. I guess in Japanese we'd be saying Escha Malier, but yeah, that's Escha Malier, maybe. And then we have a lot of warning information here for ages over 15 and so on. And then on the other side, we just have the same kind of opposite for here. So yeah, it's pretty pretty. On the bottom, very interestingly, we actually have please read the following instructions all in English. That's really, really rare. So yeah, I was quite surprised by that. And then on the top, we just have Escha Malier again with a small another window. So let's finally get this open. Okay, in with the knife. And also, sorry if my voice sounds a bit strange today. It's hay fever season, so I've been sneezing like crazy. We only have one piece of tape on this, because I think this might be secondhand, it might be used. Getting 10-year-old figures is quite tough, brand new, so yeah, maybe there was only one piece of tape here. And, oh, it doesn't even look like it's been opened. Okay, let's have a look. Pull her out of her casing, very slowly. You know, this might actually be brand new. It looks like some of the tape seals on here are all originals. You probably can't pick that up. Even the stand itself looks pretty damn new, Jesus. But there we go. Oh god, that looks pretty already. So we have the figure here. We actually have some staff here, and then we have a stand. So let's get all of this out of the plastic. 1 second. Okay, and as you can see, our stand here is pretty basic. We just have 2 pieces sticking out here, and a nice kind of flat, shiny bottom there. You can also see that the stand comes at 2 different angles here, so there's a nice kind of podium. And then at the bottom down here, if we turn this around this way, we can see Griffon Enterprises Inc. made in China. I'm guessing that Griffon Enterprises actually made this figure. We saw that down at the bottom, although it does say here sculpted by Team Genesis, so there's probably a few teams that have been involved with this. Yeah, nothing really special there. Beautiful and basic, so we'll put that down. And then we have the figure herself, and holy shit, the amount of detail here is unbelievable. We do also have this staff that needs to go into her hand, and of course the hand itself is closed quite tightly. So I'm going to put you down for 1 second and show that the bottom of this does come off, so we can slide this in like so. There we go. And then we will close that off by putting this back on down here. Very carefully. There we go. Oh, it clicks to go in. Okay, and we are ready to review her. So let's start things off by looking at her face. So as you can see, she has these stunning green eyes. These are very, very pretty. Her nose sticks out a bit there, and her mouth has probably some of the best detail I've seen in a figure ever. You can see that her teeth are nicely lined out there with a beautiful shadow to it. Her tongue is nicely designed and detailed there too. And there's a red outline just to highlight where her mouth is. So that's very, very pretty. And her hair, oh my god, her hair. Her fringe comes down in multiple strands here, so that's also very, very pretty. You can also see that her hair has been tied back a little bit here and split into 2 buns. But we can also see on each of these buns there is a little bit of a plaited part, as well as the separate strands coming down on each side of her hair. And there are many, many of these. There is also a little white pom here which has been put in her hair and it's tied up probably with this clip. And even then, look, there's a clip. I've never seen that in a figure before. And that's exactly the same over here, minus the plaited part, but her hair does kind of come to the front, sticking out a little bit more here. So that is very, very pretty. You can also see that she is wearing a small little cap too, like a beret. This has a nice little blue, dark blue-black stripe going on the top with a beautiful blue-black outline underneath. And there is this cool little logo here on the front, and I'm not really too sure what that is. But I do know that you can change her outfit quite regularly in the game, so maybe this is just her main outfit? Regardless, it's beautiful. Okay, let's have a look at the rest of her body. Moving down her body, as we can see, she's wearing this black collar here with this gold little point in the middle there. It's very pretty. And then she's wearing this beautiful purpley pink jacket. This is definitely something you would wear in winter. There's this beautiful white shell going all the way around the back. And I really have to highlight, look at the detail here. This looks like a fully woven woolen jumper. It's so pretty. And I love that color. Look how, oh my goodness. This is what real figures should look like. You can also see here on the sleeves there are a few buttons that have been nicely designed, so it's very pretty too. And again, that shading is just unbelievable. It's exactly the same over here, the stunning shading. The sleeve as well goes in quite far, so that's nice too. And then on her arm, as we can see, she has these 2 bracelets that are overlapping. One is blue and black, and the other one is gold, so that's quite pretty too. And on this arm, we also have more of a bangle. Oh, actually, there's a few bangles, and one of them moved. Oh, they both move. Oh, wow, look at that. With this beautiful golden color and these red gemstones all the way around. So yeah, that's very, very pretty. This hand here is sticking out as if it is holding onto something, I guess, or she's going to be skipping. And you can actually see, if the camera will focus, that all of her fingernails have been nicely painted on, so very pretty. And each finger there individually molded, as you would expect with this kind of figure. And then over here we have this hand grasping tight because she is holding onto this staff. So we should really have a look at the staff. So the staff itself sports 3 orange feathers coming out at the top. Again, we can turn this around so we can see both sides, with a beautiful golden holder here. Then we have this beautiful silver kind of half crescent moon shape going around with a little spike pointing out there. Some nice fluff kind of in the middle, with a red part there going down into silver, black and gold. There's so many colors here. There's a lot going on, but yeah, it's very, very pretty. Oh goodness, look at that. And then we just have a nice long white strap here going down to this golden point at the bottom. And this is probably so she can put it on the floor if she needs to, but I guess it's also so it supports it if it falls out, because that way it won't. But what a stunning staff. Look at that, it's so beautiful. Oh goodness. Okay, let's continue moving down her body. And moving down her body, as you can see, we have this corset. Would you call this a corset? I mean, it looks like a corset. It's being tied, was holding her waist in quite tight. But underneath this is actually like a white blouse, which is probably good, so it's a bit more comfortable with this nice little frill. And it's been held by these 2 little white bobbles here, with this black string in the middle. But this corset is stunning. This gold trim goes all the way around on all edges of this, even around the back. And we'll come to all of this stuff later. There's a nice little kind of dent here. Look at that, look how pretty it is. It feels so regal as well. It's wonderful, wonderful. And just to highlight that there is still that thing underneath the kind of blouse, you can see there's a little white pattern there too, so that's pretty cool. Moving further down, we also have this strap with a bag on. This little pouch here will be holding all of her ingredients that she's collecting out in the field. I should highlight she's an alchemist and her goal is to save the world. Although if you do play the game, things don't quite go as you hoped they would. Which is why there's so much replay value. But it's so dark. God, it's lovely. But anyway, I don't want to blather on too much about the game. I actually want you to play it, so please do. But you can also see that this belt that goes all the way around has a few golden straps here, as you would expect on this kind of belt to actually hold these parts together. And going around the back, we have a few different attachments. You can see here we have a few beads. These are probably little vials that can be used as potions. We have this tail, which is probably from a creature she has killed for good luck. Although here it just looks like she is wearing it for some fetish, maybe? And again, this has a beautiful amount of detail to it. It looks like, even just the shading is very pretty, but it looks like it's actually fur and very, very, yeah, it's beautiful. And then she has this green vial at the back there too. Again, this can be moved around, so it's like it's on string. So yeah, that's wonderful. Jesus Christ. Sorry for my blasphemy there. Okay, and then finally moving down to her skirt, you can see again, this has this unbelievable pattern to it. This is just stunning. We have this little strap here which seems to be holding up her skirt. I'm not really too sure why exactly, but again, these golden trims are beautiful, and there is also this beautifully designed buckle here, so it actually looks like it is a belt. But this pattern comes all the way around. It's very, very nice. Some nice smooth edges going around the dress here. And then underneath we do have this more frillier pattern going around, again with this nice little design. So yeah, that's very, very pretty. God, what a beautiful figure. And then moving down her legs, as you can see, she is wearing thigh-high stockings, and these have, again, a beautiful gold trim about the top. Again, feels very regal, so that's quite pretty. There's also this kind of Ankh logo there. I don't know why. But there is this beautiful dark to light shading going on here, and again, just that small bit of shading makes a whole, well, massive difference to the whole figure. If that wasn't there, it just looks so boring. But going down the stocking itself, we have this kind of nice silvery pattern to her feet, which are also very pretty. And we have these stunning boots. These boots are a lovely brown color with a lighter sole at the bottom. And again, they have this kind of fluffy pattern at the top, and again, a nice gold pattern there. This foot here has a little bit of extra plastic because actually this is where the two holes for the stand to go into. And then on this one, the sole is just flat because there is nothing going into here. So yeah, very pretty. Okay, Escha, let's get you into your stand. And here she is in her stand. And this time I'm not going to hold it by the stand because I do not trust that it's going to stay. But what a beautiful, beautiful figure. Now, I've talked a lot about different bits. I've probably used the same adjectives of beautiful and gorgeous many, many times, but I really do have to highlight, this is one of the best figures I have ever seen. Just the attention to detail is unreal. I mean, it's so pretty. So, don't take my word for it. Let's give you all a few pretty shots of this figure. Let's take a look. and let's take you to your new home. Let's go for a walk. So yes, honest to God, I really cannot explain enough how beautiful this figure is. I mean, look at that detail, there's so much. You are going to go onto the nice figure shelf, if you will fit. Okay. Wow, she feels very isolated over here. That's kind of sad. Well, maybe we'll reorganize, but for now she's going here. Absolutely stunning figure. So, thank you all very much for tuning into today's video. If you are looking for this figure, I do believe you can find her on Amazon. She did come out about 10 years ago, so who knows, it might be quite tough to get hold of these days, but do keep your eyes out because there's always people selling. So thanks again for tuning into today's video. We will be going back to the anime figures very, very soon. And I look forward to seeing you in those videos, well, very, very soon. Okay, bye!